Welcome to Spiritual. As the moment for humanity's grand awakening draws ever closer, the energy of the tsunami of love continues to intensify to assist you in your preparations for this most wondrous event. I know that many of you have doubts, because it seems that you have been waiting for this divinely promised event for a very long time, while chaos and conflict throughout the world seems to be increasing and intensifying. You do have a lot of issues to resolve, each and every one of you presently incarnate as a human, before the awakening can occur. It is a question of acknowledging all that you are aware of having thought, said, or done that is not in alignment with God's will, namely judgment, bitterness, resentment, hatred, etc., and the letting go of any right you feel you have for restitution for wrongs done to you. There is only love, you know that. Therefore all that is not in alignment with it has to be released. To be released it has to be recognized, owned, and forgiven, while realizing that there is not yet one among you who has released everything and forgiven everyone, including themselves. You have been living in an illusory environment, and as it is illusory, nothing experienced there is real, except love. Mostly your experiences of love have been temporary and limited due to your need to be right and make others wrong. Judgment is a major behavioral issue for almost everyone, and it is one of the most effective ways you use to block out love. Love is all-encompassing, utterly unconditional, and is always being offered to you, but you block it or refuse it by clinging to your need to judge and be right. Yes, many of you will say, but there is so much criminality and so much willful viciousness in the world, it cannot just be ignored and forgiven because that would be to condone it. No, it would not. Love does not wrong. It does not see it because it never really happened. As humans, who identify so strongly with your physical form, that seems insane. But remember, you built the illusion, something totally unreal, non-existent, to experience separation from God, from your source, from whom it is impossible to be separated, and you used your God-given power to do so. You wanted to convince yourselves that separation was possible and that you had no need of God, and you used your power to make something that seemed intensely real to you. And you have to admit, as you live your human lives working to provide the essentials for yourselves, food, clothing, shelter, that the struggle to survive seems intensely real. Far more real than the non-physical realm where you have your continuous and eternal existence. The only way to move forward is to go within at least once daily and invite and allow the love that resides within you to embrace you and to lovingly return that embrace. An embrace is a relationship, a coming together as one, and it is essential that you engage with love in that way. It cannot be done to you or for you. It has to be done with you. Love is your nature. So engage with it fully, not just when you feel lost or hurt. When you engage with it fully, you become increasingly aware of your holiness, your true spiritual nature as one with God, and with that growing awareness your fears and the concomitant need to be right and prove others wrong, choosing to see yourselves as victims, becomes weaker and weaker until you find yourselves living mostly at peace, and without fear or worry darkening your days. Your days are as you make them, and how you make them depends on where you choose to focus your attention. It frequently seems to you that you are experiencing a particular mood or emotion by chance, that it just arises. You have to live with it until it passes, but you do make a choice when you allow thoughts to arise and then either engage with them or refrain from engaging with them. When you engage, they color your day and your feelings. And when you do not, then other thoughts arise and you again make the choice to engage or refrain. It is always your choice, but for many of you the choice to engage has been made so many times that you make it without any seeming awareness that you are doing so. And if you are frequently in a state of anxiety, it means that you have chosen to focus on thoughts that cause this. Obviously issues of an unpleasant or worrying nature that need to be addressed or dealt with will arise in your awareness. But you do not need to focus on them for long periods, but only long enough to decide either that this is the moment to deal with them, or that it is not. To just spend time in a state of anxiety when you cannot resolve the issue only drains your energy and prevents you from enjoying this moment to the full. Life is eternal, literally a God-given gift for you to enjoy in every moment, but the illusion you built keeps presenting you with unreal issues and problems that block your enjoyment. You have all seen very small children engaging life with intense joy, the way it is meant to be experienced, but then, as they grow and have to conform to the standards that others set, that intense and spontaneous joy occurs far less frequently. This is what I was attempting to convey to you many years ago when I said, unless you become as little children you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is here and now, and the only reason that you do not experience it is because you focus your attention on the illusory world of pain and suffering. If everyone chose to focus on love and on joy instead of on the chaos and conflict that appears to be all-pervasive, peace and joy would fill your days. Yes, there is an enormous amount of pain and suffering that people all across the world are undergoing, but the way to dissolve it is through being yourselves, being love and joy, not through heated debate that encourages and advises new conflicts to resolve old ones. Conflict, as is readily apparent to anyone, can never successfully bring an end to conflict. You are all the beloved children of God, and love is your nature, so focus on your true nature and, as Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. Humanity's awakening is the change you wish to see in the world, because it is the awakening into full awareness of your true and divine nature, the state of oneness with God and with each other. You cannot remain eternally asleep. In truth you have only been asleep for the briefest of moments, but, because the illusion you chose to construct seems so real to you, it appears that you have been asleep for an eternity. Go within, daily, and bask in the warm glow that love has established within you where it resides eternally, calling to you to awaken. That is how to awaken, and it is the only way to awaken, because reality is within you, not in some ill-defined place that you may have sought outside yourselves, and which has never existed. Your loving brother, Jesus. I hope you like the video. Welcome to your channel. Don't forget to check out the other uploads.